Hi, this is Charlie Allred, designated broker for secure real estate, here again with www.securerealestatephoenix.com. So I'm here to talk about short sales in Arizona today. So I have a site up, and I'm actually at one of our articles, and this article is top 7 questions your realtor should be asking you in a short sale situation. Now, I wrote this article personally, and I think this is really important because there's a lot of agents out there who claim to be short sale specialists, but they don't think about these questions. These questions are very important. The goal of the short sale is to get you, the homeowner, into a position where your future is brighter. So the short isn't just get you out of the situation, hurry, rush, get it done. No, it's decide if the short sale is the best option. If it's not, figure out what the best option is. And if the short sale is the best option, how is your financial future going to look on the other side? Now, most realtors stay away from tax and legal issues. I use the saying, I am not a tax or legal advisor, but I know a lot. The goal is to get my clients, again, to the end goal of the short sale in a better place than they were when they started. So here are my top 7 questions to ask someone. So let's say you decided short sale is your best option. They're struggling with their mortgage, or you decided the home is worth less than you owe, and it's just a good financial decision for your family. So those are kind of the 2 ones. Now, question number 1, when did you purchase this home? This is important because if you purchased it in the last 2 years and used a stated loan, where you stated your income, what it was, and this was the type of loan you had, it could be bank fraud if you said you more than you did, but only that was within the last 2 years. Now, second part of that question, is this loan a purchase money loan? Did you refinance and take money out? If you did, there are some tax implications with taking that money out, and we can help you with those. There is definitely a solution, but we need to know that up front because we need to tell you what to do and what to talk to your accountant about. So number 2, do you have a second loan? So do you have a second, loan on the property? If so, is this a HELOC, a home equity loan? Now, this is really important because, again, you might have to take an extra step with your tax accountant if it was a HELOC because there's some extra liability based on those HELOCs. You took the money out. It wasn't a purchase money loan, so you know. Is this your home, your primary residence? So hopefully it is, and if it isn't, we can get to that too. But if it's your primary residence and it's a purchase money loan, the Debt Forgiveness Act of Congress 2007, its publication, I think it's 4681 on the IRS site, talks about this. And you can cancel the 1099-C. So if you do a short sale, you'll get a 1099-C. I went through this in a previous webinar on short sale tax implications, so you can look up that one if you want. But this protects you. So that it being your primary residence, purchase money loan, these things are all good for you. Have you lived in the primary residence, again, 2 out of the last 5 years? So again, we're looking for tax implication here. So if you did, you're good. If you are an investor, can you handle the tax liability? So you're gonna get a 1099 should you have income for the loss that the bank shows. Now, if you're an investor, can pay that income tax. It's probably going to be, your regular tax rate of the whole amount of the 1099-C. Or the other option is, are your assets all underwater? Meaning, if you owe more on, let's say, all your real estate than it's worth, you go to your tax accountant at the time of the short sale. He claims technical insolvency for you, and it voids the 1099. Best way to get out of it, I know. Now, number 6, have you been paying your homeowner's insurance? This is important because you don't want, if something happens to the home, let's say you vacate it. I'm not saying you have to, but let's say you do. You don't want something happening to the home and there being no insurance on it because your lender actually requires that you're paying your homeowner's insurance. So it's just one of those items that people forget about. And then your HOA dues. Now, this is not, I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, like, oh, my homeowners association, I don't care about them, they fine me, I don't like them, whatever it is. But the issue with the HOA is that if you're delinquent, the lenders generally pay those delinquent fees, and the buyer doesn't more for the home than it's worth because they have to pay these delinquent HOA fees. So sometimes if you have an inexperienced realtor, they'll get to the end of this transaction and they won't know what you owed on your HOA, and they won't have planned for it, and there's no money left from the lender to pay these delinquent HOAs. And a lot of deals fall apart over HOA dues, which sounds absolutely ridiculous, but it's making sure that you are thinking ahead and you're ahead of the curve. You're expecting every expense that happens, and you're able to account for it during the short sale. Lastly, I'll just throw out a couple of things. in this article that I wrote, put the anti-deficiency statute. So in Arizona short sales, a lot of realtors will tell you the anti-deficiency statute will protect you from all your tax liability. It is not the case. I've talked to several attorneys, and they all say that the issue with saying this is that the anti-deficiency makes it so if your home gets foreclosed, you don't get sued by your lender. Now, that's good and great, but it doesn't cover short sales explicitly. So you want to, again, look at these questions above and make sure that it's either your primary residence, you qualify for all those things, or if you don't, you're talking to your tax accountant about how to avoid that tax liability, because that's the biggest, that could be your biggest shock. You know, you get a tax bill for $25,000 or something ridiculous when it could have been avoided had your realtor been advising you on all of this info. So again, securerealestatephoenix.com. We'd love to talk to you and see if we can help you out or if we can refer you to someone who could. Thank you so much.